we'll try to make this work, just not today.
Why is there a dick on my motor?
Hope we didn't forget anything.
The car will lift me up.
It's in. That's where it goes. Oh no! No!
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog and thank you for tuning in. Today is the first start on my 2020 C8 Corvette with the built Texas Speed LT2 engine. You ready for a first start?
Yeah.
Look at you with all these gray shirts lately.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's much left to do. We have a couple things to hook up yet. But before we drive it, we do have a break-in procedure that we need to follow for the new engine. Aside from that, I think it'll be good to hear this turn over again.
Uh-huh. It's good to drive it again.
Yeah, that too. I'm so over having this car sit on this lift. Plus, we need to get her off the lift anyways because we have a new build that I can't wait to share with you that we just need the lift in order to start. So come on, big girl, time to get off. Time to get you running and driving. We had to cut when we dropped the engine. This little ground wire here. Everything else we got on the first try. Hopefully we'll be as lucky on the first start. What you thinking?
We really need the nitrous.
Does the The answer is no. We don't really need it, but yes, we want it.
Oh, mother.
And next we'll be regretting that transmission decision to keep moving forward.
Just don't push the button. Just cruise it around for a little bit. Leaves garage, goes full throttle.
Texas Speed is like, make sure you break in the engine. I'm like, what do you mean? So I can't just floor it the second I get out of here?
Every time I build an engine, I just take it right to the limiter.
If they didn't tell me otherwise, I probably would have done the same thing, but we're gonna be good on this engine. We're gonna be good. We're gonna do the break-in, the 3 heat cycles, 2 oil fills, really take care of her before we start whomping on her.
Yeah, I built Ford stuff. It lives a lot longer.
But does it go as fast? Before going any further, I would love to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, CSR2. CSR2 delivers hyper-real drag racing to the palm of your hands. Compete against live players across the world with your custom-built supercars, including a LaFerrari, a McLaren P1, and a Koenigsegg 121, plus many more. I personally started with a Boss 302 Mustang, then went to a Subaru STI, and onwards and upwards since. Should I go nitrous? We've seen how that's worked out in the past. Team up with your friends to form a crew, tune up your cars for maximum speed, and dominate the competition in global events. I created a crew, and I called it Ecrew, so you guys can join. They just released their latest in-game event, American Road Trip, a celebration of American car culture from coast to coast on a road trip. Every day is a different story, exploring a car, location, or talent leaking to the in-game events. With that in-game event came some super badass cars added to the game, including my personal favorite, the C8R. They also launched the American Road Trip Community website live, which will enable players to complete objectives to unlock in-game community rewards at www.csr2americanroadtrip.com. I didn't know about this game until they reached out to me, but I've been playing it for a few weeks now, and I have to say it is super rad. The selection of cars is on point. The racing times and physics are super realistic, and being able to mod the cars and race against friends is a blast. Not to mention, they keep adding more cool cars, like a McLaren F1 I'm still working on getting. I've been playing a lot with gear ratio and tire pressure as I up my power for the perfect combination. There's a build your car section, and then you can also test drive the builds that you did or dyno the car and fine tune the different adjustments you make in order to have the best possible build going into the race that you're about to head into. They just released their first NASCAR, which is a prize car of the San Francisco finale, which was one of the fastest cars in the game. CSR2 is available for download on iOS and Android, and it is completely free to download. Hit the link in the description and start racing right now. You gotta race with Chris, but you and I gotta set up a race.
I gotta get something together that runs as good as some of your stuff, so.
Oh, like some of my Chevy stuff.
Yeah, I haven't had a fast Ford in a while. The gray truck's pretty fast, but it's not gonna hold a candle to anything you got because all your stuff's road stuff.
I'll off-road this. I actually wouldn't be opposed to doing a Coyote build.
Yeah, I've been looking at Mustangs. You know, just maybe put a couple turbos on, cruise around town on E85. You know,
Only a little nitrous.
air conditioning, power steering. You know. Back in the day, I had a '67 Mustang. I had a wet kit on it. Little stock 351 Windsor. I drove it for years. Iron ported heads, nothing's fancy. I mean, it made like 300 horse crank. I used to hit it with like a freaking 500 horse shot of nitrous.
The only person I know who does more nitrous than I do with the 300 shot is Andre with the Viper, and it's still slower than my car.
Yeah, and I mean, it had cast pistons in it. And one day it just started, about a year and a half later, it started making noise. And I'd squeeze it like almost every day, just because.
Well, that lasted longer than this.
About a year and a half later, I took the motor out, took the rod out, piston fell off both ends. Cracked the piston right in half.
So
But it lived a year and a half like that. And I didn't have no bottle warmer, I didn't watch bottle temperatures. I mean, the bottle would sit in the trunk all day at work, and I'd hop, you know, on the freeway going through Mexico and hit the button. And it didn't like it that much.
Yeah, I can't imagine why.
It was a wild ride.
She'll be wild too once we get her running, and then we can focus on some other things like drag racing.
But the fact of the matter is, you have to fill the bottle and it sucks. So turbos are way better.
You know, I don't mind filling the bottle so much.
I hated it.
The one thing I do hate is going to the gas station.
Sometimes you just don't want to talk to people about the car you're driving. And unfortunately, with the stuff that like we drive, there's always a conversation at the gas station.
You know what's funny? Sometimes I'll just tell people it's not my car.
I've done that.
You've done that too?
Just working on it. I don't know. My buddies. Just borrowing it.
Look who just got here.
Don't mind me, just slowly saving the world one orange at a time.
Trying to figure out how the nitrous went because we forgot.
Power.
I understand that. Because I know you like me. Yeah, I want a little more power.
Yeah. They told me I can't put more boost into it, so I'm gonna try the nitrous instead.
Yes, exactly.
And if that doesn't work, we'll slap a supercharger on her.
Turbo supercharged nitrous meth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, nitrous is hooked up. Ignore this. We're gonna clean this up. Not right now. We got oil and coolant left. As you guys can see, I usually run Motul on all of my cars, but this is what Texas Speed sent for the brake and oil, so we're gonna do a couple cycles on this before switching to that.
There's a lot of irony in you pouring oil all over your new motor here.
This is gonna go everywhere. Good Sunday! That was pretty good.
I mean, at least this time it's water.
Yeah, right? I thought I heard something leaking, and Sean was like, no, it's nothing's leaking.
Well, from here it looks fine.
I think we got a leak. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Ha!
What? Is the line not plugged in?
Clamp's not on.
You know, if that's all we missed, I'm pretty happy with that.
We're doing pretty good, okay?
Doing all right.
This is our first C8 motor.
I think it's everybody's first C8 motor, let's be honest here. Note to self, if you guys are swapping a Texas Speed motor in your twin turbo C8 Corvette, make sure to get that clamp.
My sock keeps falling off my heel. Sandy, can you think of a worse feeling than your sock halfway on?
Knowing I had to pull the motor out of this car?
Moment of truth.
Yes.
Let's see if anything catches on fire.
No, we don't.
Let's try him back here. No smoke yet. Shout out to our homie from the dealership. I would name you, but to respect his privacy, thank you so much. He just provided us with 22 pages on how to bleed the coolant system. Oh my god, I miss this car so much.
It's like Legos. Hey, there it is. I'd have never found that.
Oh my lord. I would not have found that either.
There's another one somewhere over here, too. One here, one there,
Inside there.
and then there's one like right here for the heater.
Wow.
Yeah.
We ready?
Kind of.
Are we ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I don't know if your car's ready, but I'm ready.
Oh, I miss this car so much.
It was a nice car. Until
It
you
still
did
is
this.
a nice car. Are you saying my Prius isn't nice?
No, your Prius is definitely not nice. Your Prius is like one of the most hoopty cars you have. Which is ironic.
It's
'cause
more
a Prius.
hoopty than Sandy's Crown Vic.
It is.
Oh,
It totally
way.
is.
Way.
It
Crown
totally
Vic
is.
needs a trans
The Prius needs like power.
Prius needs a lot of things.
and a paint job.
All right, let's do Keon. You ready? We're going for it. It still has the new car smell.
There we go.
There we go.
The only thing we really need to pay attention right now to is it's not gonna get hot within the next 30 seconds. Oil pressure.
This is first fire on the. Let me stand back a little bit in case this thing blows up.
Scared?
No, maybe.
Yeah, And I just had to make sure to turn it off in case of... All right, here we go again.
Still nothing, huh?
It's not even reading though. I'm not getting a 0, I'm just getting dashes.
And everything, huh?
Yeah. No tire pressure sensor, no oil pressure.
We should check and see where the oil pressure sensor is. It might be the same as LT1. You know where it is? I know where it is. Right next to the oil filter.
Oh, because we tapped into that with the turbos.
It is.
Yeah.
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 That sounds better.
I think the oil pressure sensor's up. Yeah, I took the turbo feed line off and it's pissing oil out of the feed line. Like,
Straight rip to 9,000?
oh yeah. It'd probably hold the 9. It's got rods and pistons in it.
All right, I guess fire it.
What's the point if it's not reading correctly?
We're seeing if it's gonna like wake up.
You want me to do some cold revs? Just kidding. No, I wouldn't do that.
Yes, you would.
Fire it, just listen to it for a little bit, and then we have to rev it up for a little bit. If it doesn't have oil pressure, we're gonna hear a bunch of freaking noise out of the valve train. And the valve train sounds really quiet.
Before that's happening now is that you guys can see the blow-off valves are leaking a little bit of oil, and maybe, we don't know, there's more oil pressure with the new engine setup that it's causing it to blow past the seals. I don't know, we're not getting a reading right now, so it's tough to say what the pressure is at. I think we need to fix that and figure out why there's so much oil pressure that it's causing it to blow by the seals.
All I saw was oil dripping out of your blow-off valves at idle, which I think is a bad thing.
We're trying to do process of elimination right now. We're probably going to get a mechanical oil pressure gauge in order to see what it's at to confirm, just to verify. But we are getting a significant amount of oil inside the intercooler. It's all in the hoses, so much so that, you know, it's dripping from the blow-off valve, and it's even, as you guys can see, leaking from the V-band. Even before we did the reservoirs for the turbo system, we never saw this much oil. There was a little bit of smoking, a little bit of oil, so we added the reservoirs, haven't seen it since, so unless the seal went out, we don't really know. This looks bad.
Okay, fire it up.
Okay guys, I'm gonna put the camera down. We're gonna work at this a minute, and then I'll let you know what we come up with. Pites just had a really good idea, and that we plugged in the box, which didn't have signal. So we need to not run the box right now because we don't really have the box.
This box.
Yeah.
This box.
When the car was down, we shipped that box back to him in order for him to do a software update. We're clearing the codes in the car right now. We're gonna give her a turnover, and we're gonna see if that's what it was. Turns out, obviously it's not gonna read. That's probably why we weren't getting an oil pressure reading. And if we weren't getting an oil pressure reading, Alex brought up a good point that it probably could just be throwing all the oil pressure it possibly could at the engine to try to save it.
New cars are too smart for their own good.
I know, right? Now, one thing we didn't try was putting in rice.
That's a good point.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They all say permanent?
Yeah.
That's not good. Well, I say let's turn it over anyways and see if there's oil pressure. If not, we need to get someone from GM to clear this ECU for us. Fire in the hole. Hey, we got oil pressure! Yeah! You guys, we should have had a manual gauge so we could have seen what the pressure was without it reading correctly, to know for sure.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
No more oil. The burn-off has kind of subsided a little bit. Right now we're doing the break-in procedure, kind of holding in at 2K RPM, letting it really get warm. I'm going to do a couple of heat cycles. But right now looking good. We're also burping the coolant system, and valve train is a little noisy. Could also just be the oil. I don't know. We did it! Yeah!
I didn't do much, but you're welcome for whatever.
Support.
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 Support. Moral support.
At the end of the day, this is a team. There's no I in team, only in win.
That's right. I win.
We've joked about it, but comment below, guys. Do we have the first built C8? I know we have the first Texas Speed LT2 inside of this.
Has anyone taken one apart and put it back together yet?
I don't think so. I know people have taken apart.
Yeah. You
I took apart a lot of stuff as a kid. It never went back together either.
Yeah.
We got a first start, you guys. I'm super excited about this. We have a couple more heat cycles and then a couple more things to button up. We'll be doing a first drive and really testing this, being smooth on her the first time. But it is so nice to have her back. Well, thank you so much for watching Ecrew. We out here with love. There. Bye.
Up top, we cut more stuff.
I don't remember cutting anything.
I cut a ton of stuff. Ton of aftermarket stuff that had no plugs.